Good morning, Spirit fans, and we thank you for joining us for our first of many one-on-one videos installments that we have planned for the 2024-2025 season. We're super excited for a lot of things that have taken place over the course of this summer. One of the things, we got a brand new Director of Athletics, Michael Williams, and we have a new website format. If you guys have not had a chance to visit it, you can visit it at www.salemspirits.com. It's presented to you by Sidearm. And we've also started the first day of classes on Wednesday, August the 21st. I'm sure among those people that are excited about being back for the season is our soccer coach, who's also serving as our compliance director, Ramirez. Robin is starting his fourth season at the helm of the Spirits. And in the last 2 years, we've gone to the USA South Conference tournament with Robin. So as we bring in Coach Ramirez for the first time, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
I feel like I'm interviewing Kyle Shanahan here, so I'm kind of excited. So it's a big thing for a Cowboys fan to be talking to a 49ers fan over here. Let's get things started real quick. Robin, you're going into your fourth year. You got to be excited about some things that have taken place this past year. But one of the things that you have to be looking at is your roster. You spent the last 2 seasons kind of rebuilding the team, retooling the team. And you got a roster that consists of 20 players. And for the first time in a number of years, you were down to basically one senior. You've only got one that you're going to lose. But yet you have a lot of experience on your roster and things like that. How nice is it to know that you have the experience and they're not going to be leaving at the end of the year, and you can kind of put schemes and rosters in play for a couple of years?
Yeah, it's a really exciting time to be here. Really exciting time for the players to know that it's not a 1 year deal. Last year only having a couple of seniors and being able to build off of what they brought, and having now our one senior, Natalie, here. It's a great time to really be able to focus in on learning how to play together, really gelling together, and it's nice being able to take our time while at the same time wanting to be competitive and wanting to compete and win, because the team that's here, they're excited, they're ready to go, and they want to win. So it's a really exciting time to have everyone on board.
We're going to go off script just for 1 second. One of your players has got to be one of the most electric players probably in the conference that there is, Darylyn Nito. You've got 2 more years left with her, quote unquote. But, how exciting is that to have somebody that's as dynamic as she's been the first 2 years, knowing that it's just going to scale upwards with her, with her play?
Yeah, Darylyn is, she's doing fantastic, and, she kind of has shown her first 2 years what she can do, and she's not done. She is looking to improve every day. She's working hard every day. She worked hard over the summer on her own, and she's ready for another big year. But what I'm most excited about Darylyn is that, she's the ultimate team player. As electric as she is scoring goals, she's really developed over the past couple of years. She's really grown as a student athlete to really be that leader, here in her junior year. So she's, on the field, she's so dynamic, but off the field, she's really grown as well, and she wants to keep growing. So I'm excited to see, what she's going to keep doing these next couple of years.
And it's interesting that you bring that up, because just kind of being around them, they're walking by my office in particular the last couple of weeks and everything. You can see that they kind of, gravitate a little bit more towards her than they normally, did like the first 2 years. Not to say that she was not a gravitational pull, but this past year it's been a little bit different. They're seeing her as more of a leader, and she's really accepting that role. So that's cool.
Yeah, I think every time, her first couple of years is, kind of, sitting back and showing what she can do on the field. And like I said, she has grown every year, and she keeps growing and developing as a player and as a leader, as a student athlete. So yeah, it's really exciting.
One of the things that's really got to be a point of pride for you this past off season was you got 10 new players and 1 junior. So can you kind of share with the fans a little bit on your philosophy as far as your recruiting goes? I know they may look at your roster and go, wow, Robin's got people everywhere. He's got people that are Utah and everywhere. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I think, in terms of recruiting, it's Salem. Salem, the college academically and then athletically, you have the culture that's been developed, not just this year, but, we stand on the shoulders of past greats. And so everyone who's ever put on a Salem soccer uniform, we owe it to them. I owe it to them because they've developed a culture that has led to good, being able to recruit quality players and saying, this is a culture that you want to be in. This is where you want to be. And even, being shorthanded, for a couple of years players wise, we still had the culture in place, which is why I've always been confident that, if we keep just continuing to work at it, continuing recruiting, we're going to find the right players to fit the culture, that have the quality to keep that going and keep moving us in the right direction.
Which is why it was kind of interesting for both you and I. We sat there at the convocation a couple of days ago, and all of a sudden we're going, wow, look at the size of this class. No wonder it's the 7th biggest class ever. The place was full.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to be said about that. And I think what you said is a great testament to the whole school. We're building off of the culture of the whole school. We're building off the culture of soccer and, softball and volleyball and everybody like that. Ed Steele's tennis team can say the same thing. We're kind of building off the culture. So there's a lot to be said.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's go into a little bit more specifics now. Let's take a quick look at practice and preseason camp that you've had over the course of the last couple of weeks. Can you kind of share with the fans your excitement that you have about heading into Averett, having gone through this preseason camp?
Yeah, the team has brought the hype. They brought the energy. They bring the energy every day, which makes practices exciting and makes planning practices exciting. Because I think having kind of a big younger class, they're ready to go, and so they're bringing that excitement every day, and it's really stepping up the level each practice. So anytime we're out on the field, it's an exciting time, and I'm really enjoying it. The players, they're fantastic, on and off the field. They're not just smart. They're funny. It all around. We've got a good group, and I'm really excited to see where this season heads.
Nice. So let's throw your Bill Walsh coaching hat on just for a second. Can you elaborate a little bit on what you want to get, what you kind of want to take away from the first exhibition with Averett? And obviously you don't want to get people hurt, but you want to. Is there certain kind of things you're looking to take out of that exhibition with Averett?
Yeah, always exhibition. Well, any game you play, you don't want either team to have any major injuries. But I think the main takeaway from tomorrow's game against Averett is just to see kind of how we're beginning to play together versus an opponent. The team has been practicing, and they've been practicing with such good. There's been good tempo in practice against each other. So it's now, hey, let's see how it is playing against a different school, different opponent. And so we're looking forward to that. I want to see just how we're gelling, being able to mix different groups together, where it's not really worrying about the score. We're not really worrying about the wins and the losses, the win or the loss. It's more just about getting out there, having fun, and playing against a different opponent here.
Awesome. Well, Robin, good luck, safe travels. And as we're kind of wrapping up our first installment, I want to thank you for joining us, and we look forward to having the support of all of our Salem fans and our alumni and everybody for our teams in 2024, 2025. So we want to thank you and have a great day.
Go Salem.